You don't have your social media game together and it is pissing you off. Based on my research and discussions with tens of music industry professionals here in Los Angeles, here are 25 common answers to common questions about social media musicians need to hear. Number one, how many platforms? Well, it's always better to do one platform better than doing several platforms kind of half-assed. But if you could do 2 or 3, that would be optimal. Just be sure to grab the URLs from the other platforms that you're not using and do what I call billboards. That is, you set up a platform over on those social media sites and just let people know where you spend most of your time. Number 2, should I use similar usernames? The answer is yes. Consistency across platforms is always better because it's easier for you to manage and it's easier for your fans to find you. But again, even on the platforms that you're not using, be sure to grab the URLs in case you change your mind later. So what does setting up my socials entail? Well, a very creative short bio that says exactly who you are, what people can expect from you, and why they should care. A very small profile picture that jumps out among other small pictures. Maybe you want to have a yellow background or a pink background. You want to have a link landing page that takes people to your DSPs, your Spotify, etc., and to other important social media sites like maybe your website. You want to have attractive photos that scream musician. And of course, you also want to have short video clips with an amazing quick hook that's going to win the scroll. 4, is setting up my Spotify for artists any different? Well, it's similar. You're going to need an attractive banner with your photo. You're going to need a bio. And here you can actually do a little bit of a longer bio. You're going to need tour dates, maybe your merch store. You're going to need links to your social media, and you can even create your own playlists here as well. Number 5, what should I post on social media? Well, this is actually a detailed one, so I'm taking off my jacket for this. Well, besides actually posting really amazing pictures and of course, really amazing short form video, you want to be authentic. You want to show people who you are while at the same time showing that you understand who they are by tapping into their psychographics, their activities, interests, and opinions. You also want to use what I call the EEC equation. That is entertain, engage, and be consistent. So you could be entertaining by being humorous, by being shocking, by using sex appeal, and also telling stories that captivate people. You can also engage by actually asking questions and maybe even talking about controversial things that get the conversation going. And then of course, the C is consistency. You want to make sure that you employ a consistent message on your social media so that people know what they can expect. Number 6, should I stick with any consistent style of content? And as I just explained, the answer is yes. But first you have to figure out what works. So do not be afraid to experiment with a lot of different things. And then when something hits, i.e. it gets more streams than other content, double down on it and own it. Number 7, should I aim to go viral? You guys, listen to me. This could be absolutely dangerous. If you step outside of your brand in order to get people's reaction, then you might be known for that stupid thing that you did, which is really not you. This can be super dangerous. So always stay on brand and figure out within your brand what gets people's attention the most. Number 8, should I delete content that did not work? Well, look, it's always embarrassing to have content where it got 23 streams, for example, right? But the algorithms are really different on all platforms. But on YouTube, a video like that, maybe you can just unlist. But generally speaking, be careful of this because it might send a message to the algorithm that something is wrong. So maybe it's better just to kind of move on and to learn from it. Number 9, what are some best practices in terms of your social media content production? Well, I've got a couple for you. Always plan out your shoots and know exactly what you're going to do and what you're going to say, including your hook lines. Have your clothing together in advance so you know what you're going to wear. Scout out some really cool locations that are actually supportive of the brand and what you're trying to project. And of course, shoot during golden hour. That's that time right before the sun goes down where the sun and the lighting is perfect. Number 10, how great does my gear have to be? Well, certainly a great camera, great lighting, a nice background really do help, but it doesn't have to cost you a fortune. Typically, you can just use the following. Your iPhone, right? It's amazing what you can do with these things these days. A ring light and maybe just a Bluetooth speaker for music playback. Really, again, that's all you really need, you guys. How can I maximize my content creation time? Well, this is actually a very, very important question, you guys, because time is very, very precious to all of us, right? So you can exercise something called batching. That basically means that when you go out on a shoot, you get all your social media content done at one time. So for example, maybe you could do 30 or even 40 or 50 clips, and you can keep them in your personal posting library so that every day, boom, it's right there and you can just upload it to your social media. You also want to try to simplify things. So for example, if you can keep your gear set up, that would be perfect. So for example, my setup right here, all I need to do is basically flick the switch, turn on the camera, and I'm ready to roll. That's also very helpful as well. All right, moving on to number 12. Is long form video dead? And of course, the quick answer is no, there's a place for it. But all the action is in short form right now, right? YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, making TikToks. They're very economical. They're very easy to make, but you can only say so much in 10 or 30 seconds, right? So YouTube, let's just say long form videos provide you an opportunity where you can actually have more depth. You just need the money to produce those types of videos, and you also need the money to actually advertise those types of videos. But the music video, like traditional music video, is definitely not dead. You can, of course, do lyric videos. You could, of course, do live concert videos as well, which are a little easier to make. But so I would say ultimately a mixture of both, but focus on short form. All right, you guys, let's move on. If you like these tips, then be sure to click on part 2 for the next 13 questions. My name is Bobby Borg, helping musicians turn the art into more successful business. Peace.